Ito po ang Trans Radio Broadcasting Corporation, Radyo Inquirer, 990 AM. Kasapi ng KBP. Naglilingkod, nagbabalita, may paninindigan. Radyo Inquirer, 990 AM.
With branches all over the Philippines, Hotel Sogo is the hotel chain of choice for travelers and balikbayans. Affordable, safe, and complete with amenities, unlike other provincial hotels. Now you have somewhere comfortable to stay anywhere in Metro Manila or even when you visit your favorite province.
Good morning po sa Bigatin Radio. At magandang umaga sa lahat ng mga nakikinig sa atin, kay Ma'am Arnie. The same time sa mga OJTs natin at sa mga estudyante natin dyan sa UST na nakikinig. At dyan sa kay John Ruero na right now nasa Makati. Good morning. Meron po tayong bisita ngayon. Ang isang magandang lalaking katabi ko. At bahala ko maging co-anchor na rin. At palagi ko co-anchor ko na rin siya ngayon. Walang iba kundi siyang founder of Social Play and Innovative Network. And also is the program head of entrepreneurship of Global Shapers. Walang iba kundi si Richard Dacalas. Good morning, Richard.
Good morning.
Bati ka muna sa mga kaibigan natin, mga nanonood.
A big hello to everyone listening. Very glad to be here on the show.
Yun, sige. Ganito, you're going to have an upcoming event about collaborative carnival. Sabihan mo naman sa amin kung ano ba itong collaborative carnival in the first place.
All right. The collaborative carnival is essentially going to happen next week from March 27 to 29 at Green Sun Makati. And it's a collaboration festival, an international collaboration festival.
Okay.
Over the course of 3 nights and 2 days, what we're going to be having is several interactive panels from international and local speakers. Aside from that, hands-on workshops, networking. We'll also be having a concert on Saturday, on March 28th.
Concert? Who is the singing?
We have different performers. Some of our headliners are Brigada, the percussion group, and also Bayhana. So it's going to be very, very interesting. The name is Collaborative Carnival.
Nice, carnival.
Yeah.
Parang masaya, di ba?
Exactly.
Walang pressure. Parang cool na cool, di ba? Ano's organizing this? It's a group of organizations ba?
Yes. So essentially, yung organizers, we have 2 organizers, which is one, My Startup, which is the Social Play and Innovation Network, or SPIN, and also Impact Hub Manila. So SPIN, what we do essentially is we bring people from different disciplines together to solve social problems through business. And Impact Hub is an international, network of professionals and impact entrepreneurs. They have over 11,000 entrepreneurs in their network.
How many countries?
Essentially they have 63 hubs spread over several different countries.
And they're opening here in the Philippines?
Yes, they're opening on June 1 in Makati. They'll be coming up with more announcements, and they'll be giving us, I know that they'll be giving special promos during the collaborative
And
carnival.
who's heading this organization, the Impact Hub?
Impact Hub is run by several co-founders. Si Ces Rondario, she's a Filipina who's working here and helped setting it up.
That's an non-profit organization? What?
It's a for-profit organization.
Okay.
Impact Hub is a mixture of a co-working space with educational programs and a support network of 11,000 impact entrepreneurs. So there are co-organizers for the Collaborative Carnival because from the very beginning, the carnival has always been about collaborating.
Yeah. How many speakers do you have?
We have over 20.
20, and they're coming
20.
from all over the world.
We have one speaker, si Johan Janssens, who's the co-founder of Joomla, one of the largest open source content management systems for internet. And he's helped build over 40 million websites in the world through Joomla. And he's flying in from Belgium to share his knowledge about technology and the future of technology and collaboration. We also have several speakers flying in from Indonesia, Hong Kong.
And then, what you made this idea to talaga magkaroon tayo ng this kind of event? What's the reason? meron bang, is there a need talaga, or is there someone na talagang sabi, sige, gawa na lang tayo ng ganitong event? And what do you expect ng outcome?
Well, one of the main reasons why we set it up, at least from the spin side, from Social Play and Innovation Network, when we created this event, you have to understand why we created our company. The reason why we created our company is because we felt that different disciplines or different sectors
Yes.
weren't talking to each other. You have yung tech startups
Yeah.
doing their thing, tapos may mga social enterprise, tapos they're doing their thing,
Their
tapos
thing.
may government over here,
Yeah.
and it doesn't seem like anyone's talking. So what we did is we said, simple idea, let's get people to talk, take actions together. May it be through the businesses we create or the events that we create. And the Collaborative Carnival is essentially that. It's a big event where you can get industry leaders from advertising, from digital media, from the tech industry, all to come together in one venue to talk, share, and co-create new projects. And that's really why we set it up, especially with Impact Hub Manila and our different partners like Green Sun, PLDT SME Group,
Yeah.
and the Shop.ph. Essentially, we set it up for that reason. And we also felt na, I think the Philippines is ready for a big international event.
There's someone coming from the other countries attending the event.
Yes, we actually have a few people coming in from Hong Kong. I know there's one from Korea also.
By the way, how much is the ticket?
The ticket, right now, the standard price is 9,000 pesos.
9,000 for the 3 days.
Yeah.
Okay.
And, well, essentially, we have special promos for startups
Yeah.
also. If they come in groups of 3, they could get a ticket for 6,000 pesos. So we have special promos also for people in the different groups and partners.
How many attendees do you have right now?
We're looking and we're expecting around 300 to 400 people at the event.
Okay.
Yeah.
But registered?
Like right now, like I wouldn't be able to give an exact number. It's with our ticketing group.
Okay. Then, you yourself is a startup, I would call just a businessman. The question is, do we really have a startup ecosystem here in the Philippines?
A startup ecosystem, I'd say it's starting. It's in its infancy.
Okay.
And that's where a lot of the opportunity is going to be coming from. But I think there's still a lot of work to be done. It's still in its growth stages, I would say. And I think that's one of the main reasons why we set up the event. It's to bring up the conversation of what will it really take to build an ecosystem here. And not just an ecosystem for tech entrepreneurs. Because when we created the event, one of the things we saw was yung mga conferences, it seems it's all geared towards yung mga tech entrepreneurs. What happens to yung mga ibang startup that's not necessarily tech? Maybe the social enterprise groups also. So that's one of the main reasons we set it up also.
Tapos, regarding dito sa mga investors like Kickstart and Idea Space, ano yung tipong what's your opinion or observation regarding the mga activities nila? The way they choose yung mga startups they funded or mga previous na mga startups they have funded. Do you have any idea kung they're okay or what?
From what I've seen, they're very promising startups. And really, if you talk about Idea Space and Kickstart, I really love what they're doing. We really need more support systems like that, especially for the new promising startups. And the different things that are happening out there, especially through the initiatives of Idea Space and through Kickstart, it's very exciting. But of course, like any incubator, it's a numbers game. You have several, and then you're really expecting one or
They're
two
expecting
of them.
out of 10, only one successful incubator.
Yeah.
Okay, speaking of that, we have right now sa line si Ron Baitiong. Ron?
Hello.
Hello, yes, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, meron tayong bisita rito. Kasama ko right now si Richard Dacalos, is the founder of Spin. Kamusta? What's up, bro?
I'm good. Sorry I couldn't make it.
Yeah, it's okay.
Right.
Tell us more about your party file.
Yeah. So yeah, basically we just launched Party Pal it's basically an evolution of guestlist.ph,
Mm-hmm.
what we've been doing. So basically, just to give you an idea what Partyfile is. It's the easiest way to get into the best parties, events, and nightlife
Mm-hmm.
hotspots in the Philippines. So
Okay.
people always ask, so why did you change guestlist.ph
Yeah,
to Partyfile?
that's a question.
Yeah. So okay, first things first, we in guest list, we felt like there was when we didn't just base it off of hunch, we looked at data.
Okay.
Over the last 3 months before we took it down out of the market,
Mm-hmm.
it kind of plateaued already.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're a startup, you're always aiming for exponential growth.
Okay.
And if you want to do something, that if you want to hit that exponential growth, you got to be able to change something up.
Mm-hmm.
And we found the reason why, because we were alienating a lot of people who are non-clubbers
Mm-hmm.
anymore.
Ah,
What I
okay.
mean by that is that, okay, the clubbing market is usually composed of 18 to 24,
Okay.
the young millennials.
Mm-hmm.
Now we said, okay, there's still a lot of people that would have to go out. People still go out. It just differs in where they
Mhm.
go now.
You also
So-
cater for that market.
Now, yes.
Yeah.
So now you can, aside from guest listing, you can also book tables and buy tickets in the app.
Ah, okay. About concerts.
Yeah, we're also partnering up with them. It's just that right now we're doing it with our lowest hanging fruit, which is
Okay.
guest listing. And then we'll start creeping in. We have a lot of events lined up. Like we're gonna.
Are you planning to have also a reservation for hotels or restaurants?
Yeah, even karaoke. We have Redbox already. We have even Victoria Court. You can book tables.
Are you going to give me a discount?
Unfortunately, we can't. But yeah, if you have a card, that Victoria Court card, then yeah, you can get
But one of the sponsors is Sogo Hotel.
it. What?
Sogo Hotel.
Sorry. I
you-
have the Victoria Court logo.
Ah,
Is
okay.
that a hush? No, it's just the Victoria Court. It's not the whole, the typical room. What we are booking for them is the party room.
The
Most
party
people
room.
don't know
Yeah.
There are party rooms in
Hey, how's the
that's really
growth?
nice. I'm sorry?
How's the growth?
The what?
The growth, I mean.
The growth. Oh
Yeah.
gosh. So we launched Sunday night. We are getting an average at least 1,000 downloads per day.
Mm-hmm.
And then right off the bat, after we've launched, for 2 days, we are now number 6.
Number 6.
in the
Yeah.
lifestyle
Congrats.
section of iOS, and we're number 4 in the top new apps in lifestyle and Google Play.
Ah, okay. How about revenues? For guestlist.ph.
Guest list, here's the thing. Startups, they don't look at revenue, especially from a B2C market
Okay.
like us. We're B2B2C.
Yeah.
I don't look at revenue as the main determinant of growth. We're always about user acquisition. We only made around roughly 700 last year, 700,000. But this time,
What is your target
we-
for this year? More or less.
right now, this year, probably around 5M.
5M.
And it's not impossible because we already have projects that can probably get us halfway there in a couple of months.
That's a big money, huh? Good for you. Good for
Thank you.
Partyfile. And how about being mentored by Kickstart? What you can say about that?
It's been good. Whatchamacallit, the one of the main things.
Are they are that supportive? Being
There are some pros and cons. It's like having a big family. You have a lot of sisters and brothers, and you can't get all the attention that you want all the time.
yeah.
But you just have to be able to use the resources that they provide and use it for your advantage. For example, there's a Globe,
Mhm.
and being Globe, is a big help. Like, for example, now one of the main user acquisition channels that we do, we ditched email, we ditched all these. We still do social media,
Mhm.
but one of the biggest things we validated after launching Partyfile 5 days ago is SMS is a really crazy way to acquire users.
Ah, okay. Because you have the database.
Not just that. If you just really position the way you want to acquire users and be smart about it and stay within the rules, you can generate a lot of users.
Okay. How many investors do you have right now?
So far, I don't think I can disclose that information.
Okay.
But yeah,
But the numbers. Can you disclose that? The numbers.
Nah, sorry, we're still under negotiation. I'll release something very soon. We're just it's a critical part as of the moment. So yeah.
But you're still open for investors right now?
Definitely, we're raising. After I close this round, we'll be raising $150,000. Again, the reason why you change guestlist.ph to party file is that guestlist.ph, though I love it for the functionality that it used to do, party file is now set up not just to be in the Philippines, but all over Southeast Asia. Because if you have to think of it, if you talk about apps,
okay.
If you talk about dating, what comes to mind? Tinder. If you talk about social networking, that's what you call this, that's Facebook. Talk about transportation, there's Uber.
Yeah.
For nightlife, there's no go-to nightlife app in the world yet.
Okay.
So
and you're targeting for that position?
Yes. In Asia, I mean, I want to be realistic. So most startups, they say, I want to do this all over the world. Asia's already big enough. Our region is already...
You're trying to boil the ocean, eh?
Yeah. It's all good, though.
Okay. And what's news? What's new with the party file? With the application?
The news is, the new features, again, is table reservations.
Table.
Yeah, so for example, you want to book a karaoke room in Redbox. All you have to do...
But do you have restaurants right now?
We don't cater to restaurants. We only cater to establishments that serve alcohol. That's why you can't even join the app if
you're planning.
18 years old and above.
It's in the plan?
No, for now, we just really want to stick to nightlife because the behavior of people that go to restaurants and go to bars is very different. In restaurants, it's too diverse. There's people that are eating, family people, that stuff. In nightlife, it's very defined. And the revenue of a bar of an establishment that serves alcohol is actually bigger than compared to a restaurant because, like, for example, in alcohol, you don't just stop after one order. Majority of the time, you go for second round, third round, fourth round. In food, you can't keep ordering 5 burgers unless you really want to get really fat.
Okay. And then, how many partners do you have right now? Merchants in bars, hotels, or clubs?
We have roughly, with guest lists, we only had around 20. Now we have 100.
100. Okay.
Yeah, because we have the biggest ones. Like, for example, the biggest karaoke's, Redbox. We're working on, we have Victoria Court. What else? We have just really high-end bars, pubs. We're very diverse. Our partner base is very diverse now. And so far, they've been happy.
Okay, what can you say about being a startup, being a founder of a startup company?
It's not.
What's advice can you give our listeners?
Do you have enough time? Because I can talk about this.
No, okay. I can give you another 5 minutes.
Anyway, so yeah, just startups. Most people, the first thing that I can...
I know you're a very resilient person.
Yeah. First of all, never, ever, ever, ever quit. But don't be stubborn.
Okay.
There's a difference between being persistent and stubborn.
Yeah.
You have to be able to adapt and use the lean startup methodology, measure, create experiments, and all that stuff. And the first thing is, one thing that I see in the startup industry now, especially the new ones, is they have an infatuation with raising money.
Okay.
And there's a good thing and bad thing about that. The problem with being too infatuated with raising money is that it actually distracts you and makes you think that you've reached something.
Okay.
But the purpose of a startup is only one thing. You're trying to solve a problem and make money at the same time. Now, if you're being too infatuated with raising money and you keep promising that, we'll be like this and blah, blah, blah.
Okay.
And you don't deliver, then you're just basically, not doing what you're supposed to do. The most successful startups, they're raising money, but majority of them, they actually solve a problem. That's how you disrupt. And you just solve that problem by harnessing technology to do that.
Okay. Okay, just invite our listeners to download your app.
Guys, again, thank you for having me here, but please do download PartyFile. It's PartyPhile.
Okay.
In the Google Play Store and the App Store. It's free, so you can just download it. And we have a big event coming up next Saturday. It's called Unleashed 4. It's a big rave.
Where's that?
In Mall of Asia Arena. I mean, Mall of Asia concert ground.
Okay.
There's around 20 people. 20,000 people that's going to be there to party with us. So I hope that you're going to be one of them.
Okay, sure. Congrats, Ron. And good luck to your PartyFile. Okay, magbabalik time check. Yes, thank you. Time check is 10:26 a.m.
With branches all over the Philippines, Hotel Sogo is the hotel chain of choice for travelers and balikbayans. Affordable, safe, and complete with amenities, unlike other provincial hotels. Now you have somewhere comfortable to stay anywhere in Metro Manila, or even when you visit your favorite province.
Radyo Inquirer. 990 AM. Ang programang hatid ay tulong at pag-asa.
Huwag na kayo masyado mag-aalala at nandito na po sa kaalaman niya ng Bantay OCW, tutulungan po namin kayo.
Tumpak na impormasyon sa mga usaping pag-abroad.
Sa bahagi naman po ng ahensya, kung hindi sila tutugon dito sa mga pananagutan nila, uobligahin pa rin sila ng ating POEA.
Naglilingkod sa mga OFW at kanilang mga kamag-anak saan man sa mundo.
Kahit umuwi na po kayo ng Nueva Ecija ngayon, itatawag po namin sa inyo kaagad yung magiging usapan sa ating Philippine Embassy sa Bahrain at nang masaklolohan po itong inyong pamangkin.
KBP at Gawad Tanglao, Best Public Service Program at Hall of Fame awardee ng Catholic Mass Media sa radyo. Pilipinas Online. Bantay OCW with Susan K. Alas 10:30 hanggang alas 12 ng tanghali. Lunes hanggang Biyernes. Pilipinas Online. Bantay OCW with Susan K. Dito sa Radyo Inquirer 990 AM. Panata ng Radyo Inquirer, hindi lang mauna sa balita, kundi ang dalhin ka sa gitna ng mga pangyayari. Pamamahayag na may damdamin, hindi makasarili, patas at komprehensibo. Hatid ng mga mamamahayag na may paninindigan sa katotohanan. Sa serbisyo publiko, kakampi at karamay mo. Anumang pagkakataon, sa kahit anong panahon, sa balita, komentaryo at pagtulong sa kapwa. DZIQ, Radyo Inquirer, 990 AM.
May bibilin ka ba? Baka naman may gusto kang ibenta. Log on na sa bigatintrade.com. Nasa internet na, nasa radyo pa. Basta bigatin, bigatin ka talaga. Para sa may init na balita, Victory in Governance and Technology through Information Network. Bigatin. Para sa mga napapanahong usapan, Victory in Governance and Technology through Information Network. Bigatin. Makinig at makisalo sa programang Siksik sa Impormasyon at Bigatin sa Kaalaman. Kasama ang inyong mga kabarkada na sina Den Macaranas, Arnie Barcelo, Angel Bonifacio at Ellison Barcelo. Bigatin Radio. Sa Bigatin, bigatin ka talaga!
Yes! Nagbabalik po ang Bigatin right now. Balik tayo kay Richard. Richard, being a founder of a startup, yung kinuwento ni Ron, are you able to experience that? Yung growth hacking, then problems with raising money, di ba? Minsan, there's some founders na after raising the money, they buy cars. they buy they rent another bigger place, 'di ba?
Well, for me, kasi like I have to admit, like what Ron was saying, I was one of those people who was infatuated with raising funds. I think over the last 3 years, especially running Spin, I've gotten rid of that attitude for myself. And we're in a very different industry also. we're in the business of helping other businesses.
Yeah.
That's really what Spin is
That's
about. So how we do it's really talking to other founders and having them.
Do you have a co-founder here?
Yes, I have.
And then how many members, team members do you have?
Well, we're a very lean team,
Okay.
yung Spin. There's about 4 of us na core,
Mhm.
and then we have maybe about 20 professionals,
Mhm.
and we're supporting them in different ways
Mhm.
with their different businesses and very diverse industries din. May isang startup na wellness coaching yung business nila. One of the projects that I'm running is a board game. It's a board game that teaches people how to set up their own business. Because I felt that yung mga educational programs now, especially, there's nothing really there to teach people about business in an interactive and experiential way. So that's why we created yung Upstart, we call it. That's the name of the board game. So we have a lot of different things like that.
Board game? What do you mean board game?
It's
You play-
it's like a physical board game.
Okay.
I like to compare it. It's almost like Dungeons and Dragons,
Okay.
where you can choose your background. Parang RPG siya, na where you say, okay, I'm a full-time employee. How would it be for me to set up my business if I had a full-time job? Could I do it on the side? So you spend the game trying to figure out how to spend your time and your money. And I connected to what Ron was saying. It really was for us. Focusing on the business and not on raising funds. And for us, that was really figuring out what are the best ways to help other entrepreneurs. And that's one of the main reasons why we ended up setting up the Collaborative Carnival. Because some people don't know the basic legal. Like, how do I set up and register my business?
Yeah.
They have no idea what are the technicalities. Or I don't know what investors are looking for.
Yeah.
So we do have interactive panels, and we're hands-on workshops where you can work with industry leaders and thought leaders and find out, okay, what does it really take to register my business? Or if I'm more established and I've been running a business for 3 years, what is it going to take to scale my business? So we have different workshops like that at the Collaborative.
Did you have an
Carnival.
early investor?
No, we bootstrapped
Bootstrap, yeah.
completely. For us, a lot of it came from my own pocket, but
But that's a gamble.
yeah. And
What
we-
if it failed?
for me, this was really almost a calling.
okay.
It's not just a business
A
for
business
me.
for me, for profit.
Yeah. We are a for-profit business,
Yeah.
and at the same time, it's something I feel like it's my life's work. Helping other people
Yeah.
and helping entrepreneurs. And not just entrepreneurs, but the communities that they might be helping as well by solving problems. And that's what Ron was saying earlier.
Yeah.
It's really about solving a problem for someone.
But you still have, even though you're solving a problem, but you have to generate revenues.
Exactly. You have to sustain the company.
Yeah.
And we had to be creative with the way we do that. Because our business model essentially in Spin was we share in equity and share in profits in the future. Pero just like the incubators, that's a gamble as well.
Yeah.
You spend a lot of time supporting it, and the difference
That's
is,
your revenue model.
yeah, that's the long-term revenue model. So we had to figure out ways to actually adapt and keep.
Are you able
ourselves
to help
afloat.
some startups? The list, do you have a list?
Now, right now, like I mentioned, we have a few, and what we're doing is working with our own portfolio and working with the event. Essentially, the Collaborative Carnival is
Yeah.
one of our short-term
Yeah.
ways of generating income. But quite honestly, the Collaborative Carnival this first time around, we're not really expecting money for it. We just really want to support entrepreneurs. That's really where we're coming from. We created the event, both Spin Manila and Impact Hub Manila, to really support entrepreneurs and change makers in whatever passion projects they have. And that's how we set it up. For Spin, like, we've been bootstrapping since the beginning. We've been getting revenues from consulting, because I'm also a life coach, and I'm a performance coach. So what I've been doing is really helping people. And before, I used to do it more for multinational companies, and now I want to bring it back to either the startup groups or even students.
Okay.
So we actually have programs we run for state university students who wouldn't otherwise be able to afford yung mga coaching programs.
Coaching, yeah, it's expensive, I think.
Yeah, so we gave that for free.
For free?
Yeah, so we've been giving programs for free, and the exchange also is to help develop projects with them. And that's actually one of the ways we bootstrapped. We needed an office, and we partnered with a university, and we said, all right,
Okay.
like,
You're not paying the rent.
yeah,
Okay.
so we're not paying rent. We're
Okay.
there, and what we're doing
for
is
you.
helping students. And that's really what we're doing. We're helping the students also in whatever passion projects they have. So we, much like the collaborative carnival, what we do is really collaboration, trying to find ways to support each other and solve problems together.
I see. They have done this thread. Earl Valencia posted it on the Startup PH. They're asking for us to have an organization. In talagang organization na to be known talaga as an umbrella of every startup. What can you say about that?
That would be great.
Actually, before I asked him to, if you're going to have this kind of party list, pero sabi niya, sobra yata if you're going to run for congressman. Sabi ko, kailangan natin to have a party list sa group. Alam mo na, if you're a congressman, you have this organization that big, di ba? May say ka
Yeah.
di ba? What can you say about that?
Like for
Right now ba, do we have a talagang big organization, one organization talaga na will going to represent us? Do we have right now?
I don't think we have anything consolidated. Right now, it's very scattered. And I think that's one of the reasons why we wanted to create the carnival, so people could really come together, and people from different industries and different startups, so that we can start figuring out how to navigate this really scattered landscape and
Okay.
ecosystem. And I think it's a great suggestion.
And they're pushing for Earl to be our leader.
Yeah, well, it would be great, like, to have someone at the helm, but also at the same time, it would be great to have a lot of diversity. Because again, like, you do have the major players there, like Ideaspace and also Kickstart. It would be great to get more
I think
people
the
involved.
academy should be represented.
Exactly.
And also the some I don't think if it's a good idea to one of the startups or startups be represented there.
Yeah, like, I just don't know exactly how it would work. I'm very excited to find out and hear about those different conversations. And like you were saying, sa party list, it would be good. We do
Really,
need...
for me,
Yeah.
they're laughing because we can have, sabi nila, we cannot have that 3 million votes to be a party list. Sabi ko, why not try, di ba?
I think,
it's a baby step for us na magkaroon to be recognized na we have this kind of group, startup people na they're willing to invest, di ba? Their time, they're willing to quit their jobs. Hindi ganun kadali na you're earning 100,000 tapos ang magiging problem is you're losing 20,000 per month, di ba? From your savings. Hindi ganun kadali. Have you ever experienced that?
Yeah,
The first-
like for me, it's always that balance of trying to find out how to sustain myself and sustain my business. Because sustainability is the number one word.
Kasi yung iba kasi they fully stop with the income how to generate their income. Full time sila dun sa then the problem is yung savings nila good for 1 year. Mahirap 'yun, di ba?
Yeah, and I think that's what where the creativity of being entrepreneur is. Like for me, it was really I had to look for opportunities for my business to generate revenue right away. Take for example when we represented the Philippines in the Dublin Web Summit. We were one of only 2 startups, and that was really a way of creative fundraising, looking for private donors so that we can actually go to an international event.
Yeah.
And that's one of the struggles that we saw na
But was for your own mahigastos 'yun, di ba?
and it mahirap talaga para sa mga startups if they want to go to an international event. You have to spend 200,000 pesos, 300,000 pesos when you could be spending that on your business. That's why we ended up creating the Collaborative Carnival. Why not have an international
Event here, di
yeah,
ba?
international event that has the same quality of speakers, the same quality of interactions.
Can you give me some of the speakers and their background
Yeah.
para at least yung mga listeners natin malaman nila?
Yeah, so we have Johan Janssens, like I mentioned, who's the co-founder of Joomla. Aside from that, we have Junto Oki. He's flying in from Japan. He was a part of the Forbes 30 under 30 list.
Forbes
30 under 30.
30, okay.
30 under 30. And he created the first wiki dictionary for sign language.
Okay. That's
So
good,
he created a great technology that helps
sign language.
Yeah.
Wiki.
Yeah. So it's very interesting. And aside from that, we have several other speakers like Ilyak Diaz from Isang Litrong
Yeah,
Liwanag,
no.
or Liter of Light. And he'll be speaking also about his endeavor and about all of that. We have Tito Tony Meloto from Gawad Kalinga. He'll be sharing about the power of collaboration. Because imagine how much collaboration it took to build over 200,000 houses for the poorest of the poor in the world here in the Philippines. And he's helped mobilize over 1 million volunteers after Yolanda. So that really is very powerful collaboration. And
You have one speaker. I think he's from XS. Egan, what's the name?
Chris Rojas.
Yeah, Rojas, yeah.
XS Designs.
Yeah, I think already won an award
Yeah.
before.
So,
The most hardworking.
yeah, so the Dublin Web Summit in 2013, they're
Yeah.
one of the people who also represented the Philippines. So Chris runs a company called XS Designs, which
Yeah.
is a mixture of
I think he is from
design
UST,
studio.
yeah.
Yeah. And well, his startup during the Dublin Web Summit was voted fifth hardest working startup in the world
The
during
world.
the event.
Okay.
And that's one of the things he has under his belt. And he's not many people may have heard of his brand,
yeah.
pero his brand and his projects
Yeah.
have been to Poland, Russia, Malaysia. So he's really a Filipino
Yeah.
startup that managed to really create something. And what's crazy is he started that business on Multiply.
Multiply.
So he started his business on Multiply as a freelancer, and he ended up creating something amazing.
Galing, no?
So he'll be giving a workshop on the power of branding and the
okay.
power of branding for startups. And this is, again, one of the 15 different topics that we'll have for the 3 different breakout sessions that our participants can attend. And it's hands-on. Like we've really talked to the speakers to make sure na it's not you sit down for 2-3 hours,
Okay.
tapos you wonder, why am I here?
Yeah, yes. Spending
so-
that kind of money, di ba?
Yeah, exactly. So we really ask the speakers to make it hands-on. Usually it will be very interactive in nature.
Okay.
You can ask a lot of questions, and at the same time, there will be activities that you can do.
The 9,000, you mean I can interact with the speakers?
Yes.
That's inclusive of
like,
the
yeah, we have the networking nights, and that's really what we actually spread throughout the entire event. A lot of breaks, a lot of networking opportunities, because we really want everyone to talk to each other, and the speakers will be there. We also have investors coming from 1,000 Angels.
Okay, and
And they're going to be there just to listen to some pitches from some pre-selected startups.
you have also
Yeah.
gonna pitch.
Yeah, so we have
How many startups?
we have around 6.
6?
We had them pre-selected over the last few months.
Can you give the names?
Right now I can't disclose the names. It's handled by 1,000 Angels.
Okay.
And what they're doing is essentially we'll be having
They're all Filipinos, for sure.
Yeah, they're all Filipino startups, and essentially the private investment pitches will be happening over the course of the weekend. And, it's really our hope that within the next few months, these investment pitches turn into real investments. One way to really support
Yeah,
the ecosystem. And that's really what we've done with the Collaborative Carnival. It's really geared towards action, not just a lot of talk.
Did you invite any politician or from the government agencies?
We have invited, and we're hoping to
Do you have speakers from?
We have one from the National Commission of Muslim Filipinos.
Yeah.
Si Alim Giapal.
About the DOST, do you have?
No, we've been contacting them. We're hoping that they can come to the event and participate. In terms of the government participation, si Alim Giapal, who's one of the 500 most influential Muslims in the world, he'll be sharing about ASEAN integration.
Okay.
Because most entrepreneurs aren't even familiar.
Are we ready for that?
If you ask me, I don't think
They
so.
don't even know what's ASEAN integration right now.
So ASEAN integration, and especially the AEC or the ASEAN Economic Community, that's going to be a big deal. We're slated to be something almost like the European Union, and it's starting this year, and it will be happening over the next 5 to 10 years. And I think it's a conversation that needs to be brought up in the startup world, because that
Startup world,
because that brings number one opportunities and number two problems.
Problems, yeah.
Because
Competition.
the competition is going to be much deeper. You know, as a Filipino startup, or a small and medium business.
Yeah.
Now
if you're managing an online business, if Alibaba or other online big companies are going to enter the Philippines.
Yeah, it's going to be a new set of challenges, but also, like I said, new set of opportunities for those who are prepared. And that's why we want to...
those who are prepared.
Yeah.
How about those people who are not prepared?
Yeah, and that's why we want, in the carnival, that's why we're going to have a discussion about it. Share
On
about how to get yourself prepared, what are the
Are you going
opportunities.
to tackle that?
Yeah, a little bit. And that's why we also got the Honorable Alim Kiapal. Also because here in the Philippines, we're actually a minority. If you talk about, even if we're a Christian country, we say that a lot. The rest of ASEAN is majority Muslim. And we need to understand that also. That has a different dynamic for business. The halal industry is a $3 trillion business.
Yeah.
So imagine if we could tap that, depending on whatever market you are. It may be in e-commerce or even as a supplier. So imagine that opportunity. And we also have another international speaker, si Duri Hassan from Hong Kong. He'll be speaking about his experience running businesses in Malaysia and also around Asia.
What kind of business?
He runs a family-owned startup that essentially...
Startup?
Yeah, it's a startup investor. So
Okay.
they're
They invest. They're angel investors.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't call them angel investors. They're more of an investment group that delves in technology, and they have a lot of work specifically in data in China and all of the different areas.
They have invested here in the Philippines? No,
Not yet.
not yet.
So, like, I think Duri, who is the executive director of this, they call it a investment group, essentially Carlton Mansfield. He'll be talking about ASEAN integration as well. So that's generally where he's going to be coming from. And he's going to talk about his experience also running several resorts and lifestyle properties in Malaysia.
Okay, with that, babalik po kami. Time check, 10:47.
With branches all over the Philippines, Hotel Sogo is the hotel chain of choice for travelers and balikbayans. Affordable, safe, and complete with amenities, unlike other provincial hotels. Now you have somewhere comfortable to stay anywhere in Metro Manila or even when you visit your favorite province.
Radyo Inquirer. 990 AM.
Mga kabataan, power up your Saturday.
Just do it!
Makitrending. Mag-shout out.
Be connected!
Nasa FB ka man o Twitter, Instagram o Google+, impossible is nothing. Dito, di ka na mauhuli sa uso. We love it! Join ka na! Your potential is our passion. Be inspired. Be informed. Be involved. Be empowered. It's the real thing. Voice of the Youth Radio.
Voice of the Youth Radio.
Voice of the Youth Radio.
Makinig sa Voice of the Youth Radio. Sa Radio Inquirer 990 AM. Saturdays, 3 p.m.
Think differently.
I-like mo na. I-share mo pa.
Voice of the Youth Radio. Sigaw na!
Ito ang Radyo Inquirer 990 AM. 990 AM. Radyo Inquirer.
May problema ba sa car insurance mo? Kailangan mo ng matinding serbisyo? Dito ka na sa Ants Insurance Agency. Serbisyo garantisado. Tawag agad sa telephone number 374-8900.
About sa napag-usapan natin, ano pa masasabi mo about collaborative?
Well, again, the collaborative carnival, Well, the reason why we set it up was really to help entrepreneurs and change makers. We're calling it the Comic-Con of entrepreneurs and change makers. And again, it's co-organized by Spin Manila, or Social Play and Innovation Network, and Impact Hub Manila. And the main reason why Spin, we co-organized this with Impact Hub Manila is because we wanted a catch basin, essentially. Because I've attended so many conferences where you sit down, you attend these workshops, tapos what happens next?
Wala.
So that's why we also partnered with Impact Hub Manila. We wanted the opportunity for entrepreneurs to go, oh, there's a place I can go to after this event to get more support. I can enroll in programs. I can go to a co-working space to actually get a little bit more support. And that's really one of the main reasons we partnered. And really what we're planning to do with our participants is really keep on updating them about the different events and opportunities that are going to come. So the Collaborative Carnival, it's really only the beginning of all of the collaborations.
Yung mga magiging guest natin, di ba? Magiging speakers natin. Do they have any idea kung ano yung community natin dito sa Pilipinas?
I'd say like a lot of them, especially the local ones, are very familiar. That's the main reason why we chose them, because they have the experience. And I think the reason why we also got several global is so that we can start as Filipinos to look at outside the bubble of the Philippines. And more importantly, outside of the bubble of Metro Manila. Because Metro Manila is only one market. You know, you have Visayas, Mindanao, and we actually have participants flying in from Visayas, Mindanao to interact. And that's really the power of this. I really want to create, at least us at Spin and us at Impact Hub Manila, we really want to create opportunities for meaningful connections. And, you know, that's why, like, if you look at the website, collaborativecarnival.com, and you look at the program, it really is a lot of space to have these meaningful connections. And we also tied up with awesome partners like Cyberban. They're one of our partners, and they're providing an app for the event.
Yeah, okay.
So we're gonna
with Ari?
Yeah, Ari.
Yeah.
So it's great. We came up with a partnership, and essentially what's going to happen there is we're going to have an app for the event through Cyberban, and the networking is going to be gamified. Now you can scan people's IDs, unlock achievements. We want to make it really fun. And yeah, it's very different. And like I mentioned, we have the concert. So imagine for the 9,000 pesos, and if you're a startup and you manage to get the group, which is 6,000 in an additional 3,000 peso discount, you get 3 nights of events, 2 days of workshops and talks with interacting with the speakers, the international participants, the local participants from all over the region.
Is the food included?
Yes, we have 2 lunches included. We also have 1 dinner for the closing night. It will be a light cocktail dinner. And we have a limited free open bar for the networking events. So imagine all of that comes in. If you go to any other conference, you'll
Sulit na yan,
yeah, you end up paying mga 9,000.
9,000.
Pero you're...
Approximately, that's $200.
Yeah, like if you end up going there, it's
same event lang, no? Same kind of event lang. You're going to go abroad, di ba? How much the airfare?
Yeah, well, if you talk about the events abroad, usually they're around $1,500 US.
How much?
$1,500 US. That's
Okay.
just the ticket to get in. And like at least that was my experience going to
Wala
events.
pa yung hotel, wala pa yung
Yeah.
airfare.
So imagine, that's why I usually say you're not just paying, you're not just saving 3,000 pesos if you get the startup discount. You're actually saving like 300,000 pesos to get this kind of event. Because if you do fly to, let's say, Singapore, Hong Kong, it will be a little bit more expensive. That's just the reality. And we really want to create more opportunities. And that's why actually for the listeners today, if they message me or go to our Facebook page, Collaborative Series.
Collaborative Series.
Yeah, so they search for Collaborative Series on Facebook, and they send us a message. The first 2 people who send the message to the Facebook, I will give 2 free tickets.
Free tickets?
Yeah, so I'll give 2 free tickets for the first 2 people who actually message us on our Collaborative Series Facebook page.
Okay. Iba pa yung collaborative carnival page. Iba pa yun.
Well, the collaborative carnival page is the collaborative series. So they can go to Facebook and then search for collaborative.
Oh, yan! Mag-ano na kayo kagad ngayon. 3 tickets, ha?
Two tickets. So the first 2 people who send a private message to our Facebook page. And I'll check later with our social media team to see who we
thank you, ha? Galing naman talaga, di ba? Diyan lang, dito lang yan sa Vigatin, ha? Nagbigay ng 2 tickets. Magkano yun? 9,000, that's 18,000, or 6,000, that's 12,000, no?
Yeah.
Ganong kabigat ang Bigatin, ha? At magpapasalamat ako kay maraming mag-ano niyan. Si Ma'am Arnie lang ngayon nakikinig. Sigurado kukuha na ng tickets niya na libre. Tapos tanong ka lang, doon sa Impact Hub, that's a worldwide organization.
Yes.
'Di ba? Ano yung makukuha ng isang ordinaryo na for example, I'm a college graduate. 'Di ba? Tapos plano ko magkaroon ako ng alam mo yun, tipong gusto kong magnegosyo. Anong pwede ko makuha?
Well, with Impact Hub Manila, I'm
kasi co-working space, di ba?
Yeah, so it's a co-working space essentially. Pero
mura. You're not going to pay specific rent, di ba?
Yeah, usually it's membership rates, and they also have
is that
rates.
Per hour or per month? Billing?
Usually, I believe they have packages that are for the day and then certain number of hours. It would be best you can search for Impact Hub on Facebook, and then they'll be releasing everything officially during the carnival also. You can find out more information at their booth at the event. The best people to talk to are Cess and Liz Ann. They're the co-founders with Matt.
They're opening when?
June 1.
Do you have the specific location right now?
I don't want to announce it just yet because I'm technically not from Impact Hub.
Okay.
I just love what they do.
Okay.
But they're going to be launching June 1 in Makati.
Makati. Sige, invite natin si Cess para to promote.
Yeah.
Kasi we have startup founders. They're looking for space talaga. Yung mga 3 meters. 3 meters, mga 4 meters, 4 square meters. Tapos budget nila 10,000. Talagang if you're going to observe do say startup PH, remember ka ba doon?
Yes, yeah.
They're looking for space, then they're looking for advice if they're going to invest this kind of money to start a business. Hindi ganun kadali, no?
Yeah, and really that's why Impact.
Sa tingin ko talaga napaka-risky. Ako kung tatanungin mo ako, wag muna eh.
Well,
if you have kung di mo ma-validate yung idea, 'di ba? Yung talagang hindi pwedeng passionate ka lang eh. Parang ang sinasabi, gusto ko makipag-gera pero kulang pa yung armas mo, 'di ba?
Well,
siguro you have to research pa, no?
Well, what we really want to encourage people is to get immersed in the community by talking to other people, and that's really what Impact Hub Manila is about. That's what Social Play and Innovation Network is, SPIN. We really want to create more interactions because if you interact with people, you learn. You can learn from their failures. You can learn from their successes.
Are we going to, for example, there's a founder is planning to have a company. Okay. Are they going to pay you something or what? Or equity?
Yeah, usually for SPIN specifically, we usually ask for equity. And that really depends on the level of support that's needed.
But it's not about per meeting or...
No, usually no. And
the advice is free.
Yeah, and usually what we do also is we have programs. We are planning to roll out with a few programs to help entrepreneurs. And that's why also the Collaborative Carnival is the best place to go. Because it's the first place where you can really get all of the information you need. We're actually giving every participant a handbook also with insights from all of the speakers, with activities that people can do, and also even a supplier list. So they can all check that out on the website. It's collaborativecarnival.com.
Then, do you have any numbers to call para sa reservation and tickets?
For the numbers, you can actually get everything online. So it's collaborativecarnival.com. That's the best place to get all of the information. You can also search for announcements on Collaborative Series. That's the Facebook page. And generally, if people email me, they can email me at gamechanger@collaborativecarnival.com. And any of the ticket reservations can happen through the email.
Okay, you really want to change the game, ha? Ang galing ng Game Changers. I'm watching that sa Bloomberg, di ba? Before. Yan. Kaya yun. Any parting words para sa mga listeners natin? Anong saan sila pwedeng kumuha ng tickets and how much the tickets. Then, ano yung talaga makukuha nila? Ano yung mawawala sa kanila pagka hindi sila nagpunta?
Well, I invite everyone to check out the website, collaborativecarnival.com. That's where all the information on our speakers, on the program is. You'll know exactly what you're going to get there. Again, you don't want to miss one of the biggest international collaboration festivals here in the country. Like, next year it's going to be even bigger, but right now we're going to be looking at the opportunity to really interact with the speakers. Once this gets bigger, we might not have that opportunity anymore.
Yeah.
Right now, since it's still relatively 300, 400 people, we can create more interactions. So really, we want to create a premium for the first people who actually join.
Okay. With that, maraming salamat. Kinapos na tayo sa oras. Thank you, Richard. Sana makasama ka namin lagi dito. 'Di ba? Sa Bigatin at makarami pa tayong may interview, yung mga katulad mo na talagang passionate na tumulong, 'di ba? Yung tipong hindi mo na kinakailangan pang kalabitin para tumulong sa kapwa. And hopefully, 'di ba? Hopefully dumami pa yung mga tao na gustong magnegosyo, 'di ba? Maging founder kahit na medyo risky. At the same time, kahit papaano makatulong tayo dito sa programa natin na may promote yung products nila. Yun naman talagang natin yung pinaka-mission nitong Bigatin. Yung startups, makapunta rito, ma-promote natin kahit papaano, makapagbigay ng advice yung mga mentors. At the same time, yung mga gusto mag-invest, di ba? At balang araw siguro, matatagpuan din natin, Richard, yung makaka-jackpot talaga yung yung talagang puputok sa buong mundo na Pilipino, di ba? Nakapaggawa, nakapagsimula ng ganitong klaseng negosyo at lumaban, di ba? Sa talaga yung pang tipong pwede mo namang itapat sa pangalan ng Uber, di ba? Na Pilipino yung dating. With that, maraming salamat. At next week po ulit, magkita-kita at makinig po kayo ulit sa Bigatin. At Ma'am Marnie, next week kita-kita tayo. Thank you.
With branches all over the Philippines, Hotel Sogo is the hotel chain of choice for travelers and balikbayans. Affordable, safe, and complete with amenities, unlike other provincial hotels. Now you have somewhere comfortable to stay anywhere in Metro Manila or even when you visit your favorite province.
Radyo Inquirer. 990 AM. Mga araw-araw na pangangailangan, mga balitang may pakinabang, mas madali nang malaman, libre sa isang basahan. Patunay lang na the best things in life are libre. Makukuha ang #1 free newspaper araw-araw sa lahat ng MRT at LRT1 and 2 stations. Inquirer Libre. Pangkalahatang usapin, personal na katanungan, walang problemang di nalulutas sa pag-uusap na bukas. So, let's talk! Mag-usap tayo! Walang problemang di nalulunasan sa mga nagkakaintindihan. Kung may isyong dapat na malinawan o dahilan ng hindi pagkakaunawaan, bigyan natin ng solusyon yan. Relax lang! Let's talk! Mag-usap tayo! Kasama sila Miss Liza Soriano, Ed Dural, at Department of Labor and Employment Director for Communications, Nikon Fameronag. Tuwing Lunes, Miyerkules at Biyernes, alas 7 hanggang alas 8 ng gabi sa Radyo Inquirer 990 AM. Radyo Inquirer. Radyo Inquirer 990 AM. 990 AM.
11:03 ang ating oras. Magandang umaga, narito po ang balita sa oras na ito. Hiniling ni Bayan Muna, Party List Representative Carlos Isagani Zarate na gawing 16,000 pesos ang minimum na sweldo ng mga nagtatrabaho sa pribadong sektor dito po sa Metro Manila. Ipinaliwanag ng naturang